So I just wanted to highlight here how I'm using TableTone in my setup in my basement, partly just to kind of show off what my take on it is and kind of make a couple of suggestions as well that I've made before and kind of showcase why I think this could be a really interesting way to add some extra capability here. So I run everything off my table here. It's not fully set up for usual. Been playing a lot of Magic recently. My games are on hiatus, but I have a nice little computer tucked under my table here, and I run everything through some speakers up in my ceiling. But when I'm running my sessions, obviously simplicity is key. So what I have here is I have a Stream Deck Plus. It works very nicely. It's got a lot of customization, and it has, more importantly, it's got the fader knobs, as I guess you would call them here. Not quite as nice as a full mixer, but it certainly does the trick. And what I'm able to do here is when I run this in BlueStacks here on the mini PC, I've got everything set up here, and I've actually got a bunch of macros set up here. This is actually one of the reasons why the Windows app, as much as I'm happy that they set it up, doesn't really work in my particular scenario, because the way I have this set up is that at any given point I can control my volume straight from here, direct control of individual apps through the Stream Deck, which means I can control, I can set up a sound effect feed if I have things that don't fit into the TableTone app, if I have some kind of one-off sounds, but I can have my TableTone directly controlled here. And what I've actually done here is, if I go into my TableTone page that I've set up, I can easily come in here and I can start my music. And by utilizing the built-in shortcuts, and unfortunately I have to do this with auto hotkey to really make this work correctly, but I have a bunch of different shortcuts set up to do exactly what these kind of features over here do. So I can play, I can forward and backward, through songs if I need to. This will just return me to the next screen. But then I can go to combat, and if I push combat here, you'll see the hotkey registers. It basically records your mouse click, and it can quickly just pop the window open and quickly do it, and it happens fast enough that it doesn't interfere with my Foundry virtual tabletop that I have under the table here. And then I can quickly kind of kick it out of combat here if I want to, and it will quickly fade over. Some of the other kind of neat things that we can do here with the faders, let's see if I can get this to properly zoom in here, but I have actually set up these rotatable features. When Elgato finally put this in here, this really kind of changed the abilities here, and I can actually cycle through and I can change, let's see if it's going to happen. Yep, there we go. So that actually changes, I can change the different intensities. Let me clear this out. So I can go to high intensity, it'll pop up and it registers the mouse click. I can go to dark or light. I can really cycle through a lot of these different things. Where this kind of falls short, unfortunately, is that accessing anything other than some of these simple mouse clicks here is a lot more difficult, because if I want to call specific areas, if I want to call a dark forest, or if I want to call a market, or anything maybe even buried further in, or if I want to go over to the sound effects, I'm a lot more limited, just because here all I can do is record these clicks and then call them from here. It's got a lot of possibility though, and even this works pretty well, so I am happy to kind of go over how I do it. If anybody wants to reach out to me directly, I'm happy to kind of give you my basic process here, because this opens up a lot of possibilities and can really just streamline a lot of those things that if you want to do really cool things, like if I want to go to combat and I want to go to combat, you'll actually see I actually have this set up to change my lighting and I can toggle through my Foundry initiative controls. But you can hear, oh, the music is already switched because it's synchronized with the hotkey, and then when I am done with combat, I can just leave, and everything returns to the previous scene. Not directly Foundry related, but I have a lot of nice little presets kind of built into here where I can quickly access a variety of different color schemes. Needless to say, I like to play this at night because unfortunately I don't have my windows blocked out. But I think that I really kind of wanted to showcase where this could be taken and what kinds of things it could do if there was some level of direct Stream Deck support. So if you found this interesting, feel free to reach out to me through Discord, and I'm hoping to do a few more of these to kind of show off my full digital kind of setup here. So yeah, thank you for taking the time to take a listen to this.